Okay, so we're recording now. So I'll go through a few things with everybody, and then if you have any questions, that's what I'm here for, answer any questions that you may have. But firstly, welcome. We're so excited to have you all here, which is awesome. I know that some of you have your devices already, so that's really cool, and I've been playing with them, and honestly, it's one of those things. There is a lot of information, and please just know that you will learn over time. There is still many things I'm sure that I don't know, but it's as you experience it and as you have things come into your life where it might be a friend or a family member or one of their animals or something like that, that you have the ability to then scan, you'll start to learn new skills, find out new information. Like, for example, we've only just had the equine comprehensive scan come up, so that's really exciting. And then the next one that they are working on is for dogs and cats. So they do have a veterinarian from Texas. He's an amazing vet. He's an enormous practice over in, I think he's in Dallas. And he's actually given his practice up to go and educate other veterinarians specifically on this device, which is pretty cool. So I think the most important thing when you're getting started is to be able to tap into some of the tools. So I'm going to just share my screen with you now so that you can see. This is what we class as your back office. So you would have had an email sent to you with this login for you to be able to log into yours. And this is where you can find all the information you need, from anything to do with business, any tools that you're needing. This is a really good one specifically for documents and media. So any information that you might be needing to send to somebody, there's all of the drop-down boxes here in regards to product resources, marketing, image, like shareable images, all of those sorts of things. So please take the time to go through your entire back office and just have a play with it. It'll be something that you'll pick up and use different aspects of it along the way. You can order on your back office here. So you will have your subscription that goes out monthly automatically. You don't need to worry about that. But if you do want to place a specific order, you can do that in your back office here as well. When you start, your training is probably the first and foremost, and I know most of you on this call have done that. But the biggest one is probably your Solex University, and it's the basic university. That's probably the key to being able to utilize the device and get started there. When it comes to your marketing site, so you have the ability to be able to share this with other people. And if they jump on board and utilize the technology, you can be rewarded for that. And if you would like to know more about the payment side of things, that is where you will learn this under compensation plan here. But for people to actually purchase, you can actually go to marketing site, and you will have your very own marketing link here. So if you send this to somebody, your own one of these, then they will be able to purchase as well. And if anyone needs any help with that, particularly the first one that you do, if you need assistance with that, please just shout out. So that is just a little bit about the back office and where to find that. Then we have the distributor portal. The distributor portal is separate to Solex. This is specifically for the Frequency Soul Collective, which is our team here in Australia. Well, we're not just in Australia now, we're now branched out to the US and New Zealand and Canada. But this is a platform that you can purchase. It does cost $99 for the year, but it does give you all of the information that you need as well. It's just added tools. Can you get by without it? Yes, you can. But if you're wanting, particularly from a business perspective, to look at the business side of Solex, this is a really good place to come to. We have different videos in regards to welcoming. We have rituals for bringing, the right energy into your business. We also have some guidelines with information here, but some of this information you can get on the Solex YouTube channel as well. So I would definitely recommend that. We have probably the biggest thing in this, this portal that we have to offer is we have an entire Trello board that has over 100 content creations for social media that you will have access to. And then you also have through Canva a branding kit template. That branding kit template, my branding manager charges $1,500 for, and you get that included in the portal. So it's not something you have to do, but it is something that is available there for you. It is just to be about to have a little bit of an update as well. One of the best resources that you can go to is to go to YouTube. And that is to go to the Solex LLC. And there is so much information here, which if you subscribe to their channel as well, you can have alerts each week for each of their calls. So they do a call, I think it's our time, about 11 o'clock on a Thursday, which is their Wednesday evening. And these calls, they do a short amount just for 5 minutes. They do like competitions and things every week. So they'll announce the winners of those. And then what they'll do is they'll always do an education piece. So when I first started, I actually scanned all the way back to the very beginning of these calls, and I just listened to them as I went. They really are incredible. They have a lot of information. So that is something that I would definitely recommend as well. So, whoops, sorry, that's a video playing already. So this is their actual page. I mustn't be logged in because it says I'm not subscribed, but I am. The great thing about their channel is you can go here and then you can go to videos, you can go to shorts, but they also have playlists. So playlists are really great, specifically if you're looking for something like phone tech help. So sometimes if you find your device is running a bit slow or something, there's simple ways to clear the cache or clear the history that will actually make it work better. There's videos on how to run scans. There's all sorts of information. So try to take the time when you have it, just bit by bit to watch these. The other thing that you will find in Spotify is that we have our own Spotify podcast, and that's also under Solex LLC. So I just wanted to share those few things with you as a bit of a getting started. And then on our Facebook, which I think everyone who's on this call has friended me and I have added you, but I know that there's a few that will probably watch this call on the replay that have not yet. So if you haven't friended me on Facebook yet, I really encourage you to do so, because we have two main pages. That's the Frequency Soul Collective, which is for customers and people looking at the technology, or just people that you'd like to share frequency and energy work with. And then the Frequency Soul Collective QLA page as well, which is specifically for distributors. So yeah, I thought that just gives you a little bit of a basic how-to get started. But I really want to answer any questions that you may have as well. So I will hand it over to you guys. Tim, does your sound work yet? No. If you have questions, you'll have to write them in the chat. I can read them from there. How about that? Technology. Now, do you girls have any questions for me that haven't been answered yet?
I do. This is Neetu.
Yeah, sure.
I wanted to know the space objects functionality. What is that for? I haven't looked on YouTube, but the basic training didn't cover that.
Great question. I'm just going to quickly log into my device on my computer so I can share my screen with you. because it's just easier to see that way. Let me come back to you here and back to here. Okay. All right. What that is, sorry, that's my daughter coughing in the background. We have just had, I don't know, some lurgying around our house these last 2 days, which I'm running frequency for like crazy. Okay, so if I click on my name up here and go spaces and objects, what you can do is you can imprint frequency into any space or object. So let's say, for example, I wanted to put my business credit card in here. I would take a photo of it. I would take the photo and put that on my device, and then I could run abundance, wealth, and success to my business account. I can do my therapy space, so I can take a photo of a room and clear the energy. You can do any frequency, like you could do your bedroom. I don't know why this is taking so long. My internet might be.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like even if you wanted to do your bedroom and do like a sleep frequency or anything like that, when we do the mind, body, spirit expos, we always clear and shield the energy in our space, which is awesome. So what you would do is you would write the name of whatever it is that you're wanting to, you're seeing the back of my other computer behind me right now. So we would write let's say it was, it could be my office. So I would write Beck's office, and then I would give it a description. Then I would take a photo of it and then save it. Right. And then what I would do is I would go out to Cephi and I would go to quantum. Well, we can go to any frequency at all. But let's say, let's use something that I've got already in the device. I'll have a look. But what you need to do is change the target. So see where it's my name. It'll now come up with anything that I've got as a target. So, so our Frequency Soul Collective stall. We've even done Parliament House in Canberra when they were doing all the rallies and there was a lot of really harsh energy going on down there. We were sending that lots of love. I've done my hairdresser's salon when she had a bit of a not so great staff member. So we cleared the energy there. So let's say that's what we were going to do. What I would do is hit energetic clearing. I've got the target as her salon. I'm going to send that a 2-minute broadcast. So I might do that for 2 minutes. And once I've done an energetic clearing on her space, then I could do an energetic shield. So you can do any frequency into any space or object. So business bank account, I might do abundance, wealth, and success, and broadcast that to my business bank account. So it could be if someone's in hospital, you could clear and shield their hospital room, anything like that.
Workplace.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. Yeah.
What about jewelry, or is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
So with jewelry, you don't really need to put it in as an object. What you can do is literally just go to any of, let's use quantum flowers as an example, because I love this one. You can actually scan yourself and in real time, it'll tell you what your main emotion is. And you can pop a piece of jewelry on there. Thoughts of the past are in the past rather than the present, living the past. Maybe that's probably me today. So you could put a piece of jewelry on there and then hit erase. So erase any connected energy out of that piece of jewelry. Now, that doesn't release anything sentimental. It only is any attached energy it will actually remove. And then what you would do is actually sit the piece of jewelry on there and imprint the frequency. And you can do that with any piece of jewelry, but always make sure, no matter what it is that you're doing, that you actually, let's go quantum reach. And let's say it was, let's say you put a glass of water on here, and you're wanting to imprint focus, like you've got an exam or a big day at work or something. You want to erase the frequency out of it first. So we always erase before we imprint. And if you're doing water, it's always best to do it in glass. So even if your water bottle is not glass, if you've got a jug or something that you can do first, and then pour it into your water bottle. I've got a stainless steel bottle, so I always put it in glass first before I then put it in my water bottle.
Okay.
Now, do you know how to create a playlist of frequencies?
I do, yeah.
Okay, cool. Perfect. Let me just check the chat because let me see if that's all right, Tim. You're all good. Just write any questions that you may have in that chat as well. Yeah.
With the first, how do I explain it? The first, is that quick scans? How we can do a quick shield and
Yep.
cones. Can we do that on our pets, like the quick ones? Yeah, but that goes into the pet profile.
Yeah. Actually don't know. Not generally. If you're going to do your pet, you would go to Cephi.
Okay.
You would go to Quantum Reach.
And do
You
it.
would go, yeah, you would do it that way. Go to energetic clearing and then change the target. Half of these are my animals. So Judge, Abby, Cinder, Sugar Plum, Minnie. Oh my gosh, not all my animals are even in here, would you believe? These are other people's animals, horses and all sorts of things. But yeah, so Minnie, I could do then an energetic clearing on her and then an energetic shield. So you would do it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, but I thought it, like with the quick one, it would be nice and quick, but okay.
Yeah. Not yet, but these ones are good for you to be able to use on self. If you're just needing something quick like that, that's super easy and handy as well. Now in the inner voice, have you seen how to change the music? Do you know how to do that?
I watched a video, so sort of, but
Perfect.
I guess I'll play around with it a bit more.
Definitely. Well, this is my scan from probably this morning, I would say. And what it shows is, so this is the level of the sound of the music, and this is the level of the sound of the frequency. Now, for me, I don't like the sound of the frequency, so I turn that right down and I turn the music right up. Now, that's not the volume, that's just the level of the music versus the frequency. So what I then do is go down to this music button, and there's all different tunes that you can listen to, and then you can listen to it on a 3-minute, 5-minute, 10-minute. I mean, the amount of times I listen to it on a 10-minute and then replay it. My two favorite ones at the moment are ambient calming and ambient Zen meditation. So depending on what you're kind of wanting, if you're just amping up for the day, you might go for more of the upbeat. But otherwise, the ambient ones I really love. The other thing that you can do is, rather than doing the pulse tones, you can click over to classic tones. This is actually the old, this is what we only ever used to have. The pulse tones are actually quite new. So if you go to classic tones and go to just press balancing harmonies, it will just play continually, and it's just a set amount of music. It's not, you don't get to choose it, but you do get to listen to it on a continual till you stop it. So that's an option for you as well.
Cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think I've got 2 more questions.
Yeah, of course.
The home energetics and dental TMJ is locked for me. Like
Yep.
Yeah.
And for me too. Look, see this here?
Yeah.
The reason for that is you need specific training to utilize those. So I've done training phase 1. I'm up to training phase 2. I haven't purchased it yet, but as soon as I do, so you can purchase extra trainings if you want to down the track. I wouldn't worry about it now.
No.
They will open up those ones. Now, what it opens up, just so you know, is things like, well, this is what I'm aware of, is this database down here, is it opens up things like when you get to, sorry, I'm just going to click the comprehensive over to a table report because I find it easier to see. Let's say you get down to like your chromosomes, and some people don't even want this information, and there's a bit of training that goes with it. So that's why they don't actually just include it with everything, because there's a lot. But if you get to these chromosomes, and let's say that these percentages were really high, which those ones aren't, but that one's a bit higher, that's 62%. If I wanted to know what that specific DNA marker 07 meant, it will actually, in that training, I believe, it will actually give me some of the potential causes, and also to what it can actually turn into from a dis-ease perspective if I don't rectify it.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of like this whole like DNA tracker, which is pretty cool, but I'm not ready for that just yet.
Oh no, me either.
Yeah. But you know, down the track, once you've had it for a while and you play with it, and I mean, we honestly have everything we need in one as it is now. But you know, if you are wanting to learn more and that later, like there's even a really cool homeopathy course that you can do. It's the lady who actually wrote that is actually a rocket scientist. She works for NASA, but she has this massive passion for homeopathy. And so she's written a course and then has written a book that you can actually purchase through Solex as well, if that was something that, you know, you were into as well.
Where do we see the courses available?
They're in your back office under the Solex University.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen the homeopathics in the CEFI yet? Have you looked at that one?
I have. I find it easiest to do search by symptom because
Absolutely.
the other, I don't
100%.
have any idea what they are.
That's exactly what I was just going to say to you. If you hadn't had to play with it yet, do you know originally, and this is the thing with the software, is there's always system upgrades and they're always improving things as they go. And that's one of the things that they've actually improved with the homeopathics is I never used to use it, honestly, because I love homeopathy, but I don't know what I used for what, you know, unless I was to Google it, I wouldn't have a clue. So now that they've got by symptom, it's absolutely perfect. And you can run that specifically to someone, or you can imprint your water with it. Actually, one thing I'll mention while I'm on that topic, let me just go to something real quick. I've got to think of someone that I haven't added it in for yet. Let me see. I just want to show you something that you can do because as an everyday rule, what I would be doing is an easy scan on self. That is the best way to give you your brand new balancing harmonics every day. It will show you what's in and out. It won't show you what frequencies are in. It will only show you what frequencies are out in the body. But when you do that, it also has the ability to show you what homeopathy you need. So if I just go and search someone and use her as an example, if I go to click on her name, sorry, I have a puppy driving me a little crazy. And I go to supplements and therapies. And if I click on this little green book, oops, like that. Now, and I select all. And then I scroll all the way to the bottom. So you can see it's selected all of these. And you can do this, but you need to do it per person. So every person that you have in this scanner, So you can do it for each of you, and then just go add to client. Now, let me show you what happens when you've done that. If I go back to me now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is, honestly. So how I start my day is my easy scan.
And show you what you need from all of that list.
Sorry, what's that?
Show you what you need from all of that list that you've just put in.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So all you'll do with your easy scan you can do it morning, lunch, and dinner as often as you want to. But what it'll actually do is it will give you your brand new balancing harmonic. So here's mine from today. It will tell me exactly what homeopathy I need. And I don't, with this, whatever it is that my daughter and I have at the moment, it's funny that sinus allergy has come up. So what I do is I put my glass of water. So I make my probiotic up, but you can just do water or whatever you want to. And then you just literally imprint each of these into the water and drink it down. Isn't that cool?
I never noticed the imprint buttons on the side, but I'll play around with that, but that's really good.
Yeah, unless you've done that first part of adding the homeopathy in, this won't come up.
All right. Yeah, because I put in my supplements that I already have.
Yeah. And they don't come up?
Not for imprint, but it wouldn't, would it? Because you're not.
Not if it's a supplement, no. If it's a supplement, so see here where it says aloe vera, 60 mil, and there's no imprint button.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it.
That's a physical product. Yeah. Yeah. And then it'll show you everything that is out. It'll all be red because it's only showing you what couldn't be realigned. So what it's telling you is, so for your foods, mine, for example, is saying, okay, so today wheat would not be a good idea for me. And the other things, of course, but I don't really eat the other things anyway. And then it's showing me my meridians that are out. And then it's showing me all my vitals and comprehensive as well. All right. So, and the way that with your comprehensive, don't forget, you can switch that over to a table report. I prefer to look at it this way because it looks similar to the vitals report. So that's that as well. I'm just going to check the chat whilst we're here. Yeah, you do ask good questions. I love it. And I love questions because that's 100% how you learn. So that's awesome.
In your view, what's the best report to send to clients? Because I'm going to use my brother as an example. I sent him a report and the amount of questions I got back on each, like the red, like the out of range, and then what that means.
Yeah.
It was a bit overwhelming, and I was like, I don't know, really.
Yeah, it's one of those things. To be honest, if you're going to send a client a report, you really do need to go through what it means. I do anyway before they receive it. So if I book a client in, I'll do their scan. I'll send them their balancing harmonic so they can listen to that, because that one's pretty easy. They kind of get that. But for the vitals and the comprehensive, I would actually jump on a Zoom with them, go through the results, and then email it. So tomorrow we have a call. I think I've sent it to each of you, which is just a presentation on the device and all of that. But then what we're doing is anyone who's on that call, whoever invited them to the call, can do a scan for that person. And then the following Saturday, I'm going to do a Zoom that literally does that. I'm going to go through the inner voice, the vitals, and the comprehensive of how to read their scans. And then the people can send their the reports to the person because they'll be able to understand it.
So that's tomorrow.
Yeah, the first call is tomorrow, which is just more of a, what is this? How did it come about? And then the following Saturday is the call on how to read the reports.
Okay, that's on Facebook, the details, I think.
Yeah. That's in our Facebook QLA group. We do have a Facebook chat as well, which I can add you to if you would like me to. It does get a little bit much, but we also put all the reminders and everything in there as well. So that's up to you if you'd like me to put you in there. Otherwise, you can just keep an eye on the Facebook group. Tim, the call is at 9 a.m. tomorrow, and yes, it will be recorded. Yeah.
And I saw some products like dogs supplements on the website. What does that do?
Yeah, awesome question. So there's a number of supplements and different things that we have. So we have Pets Plus. That's just a really good all-round vitamin and probiotic for animals. So it's just a sachet. I don't think mine are in here. I think they're out in the kitchen where I feed the animals. So it's just a sachet that I sprinkle over their food. It doesn't have a bad flavor or anything. So animals generally really love it. So that's a really good product to feed them daily, just one a day. We also have a range of supplements. Let me just grab what I have in here. We have a product called Think and Omega. This is it in a travel bag, but they come in bottles as well, as you can see. But the travel bags are just handy, like if you go away a bit. So this one is based on turmeric. So it's really good for lowering like inflammation in the body. It's what they class as an NRF2 activator as well. So that means that it's lowering oxidative stress in the body as well and free radical damage. And then this one is an omega. So that's a really high strength, good quality omega. And so that they do come separately in bottles. If you're doing any supplements, I would always recommend that you do them in a 3-month supply, particularly at the moment, just because the shipping is a little bit expensive. The other one is Prime. So we have 2 different types of Prime. We have the standard one, which is what this is. And then we've got another one that says methylated. The reason we have 2 different ones is that they're a vitamin B complex. And anybody who has what we call the MTHFR gene mutation can't methylate their Bs. So people who have that gene mutation, it will be on your scanner under vitals as well. So you will be able to see it. But majority of the time, those people will be very prone to anxiety, depression, lethargic, because they're not absorbing their vitamins, particularly their Bs. So that's why a methylated B for absorption is really important. You can get a blood test from the doctor as well, just to confirm whether you do have the gene mutation. And if you do, it's really important to take a methylated version of the vitamin B as opposed to just the standard one. And you'll also find generally someone with that gene mutation, their liver is a bit sluggish as well. So it's actually quite common. It's a lot more common. Sorry?
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure who you, I know me and my sisters have that. Like we got it tested.
Yep, there you go. So if you don't take a supplement for it, the Prime methylated one, unbelievable. And you know, it's interesting because when I was over in the States last with the CEO, they hadn't brought out the methylated version yet, but they had this one. And he said to me, I was talking to him about it because I said to him, you know, for people with the MTHFR gene mutation, a methylated version of this would be brilliant. He said, it's coming. And he said, the issue we had is that the ingredients for methylated versus the standard one is literally 1,000 times more per individual ingredient. He said, our cost is horrendous. He said, but just because somebody has a gene mutation, we don't want them to have to pay more. So they actually kept the price the same. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's what they're like, you know. They're like, we would prefer not to make any money out of it, and people be taking the right product more than anything else.
In my scans, I see a lot of mostly stuff with parasites. So
yeah, look, parasites are very, very common. So if they continue to show up, I would 100% recommend a Paracleanse. There's a company that I use that just has a really simple product. You take it for 25 days, you stop it for 5 days, and then you take it for another 25. The reality of it is, if you have animals, if you are a meat eater, we can't get away with not having parasites, honestly. Like, they recommend you should do like 2 parasitic cleanses a year. I don't, I do 1. But parasites are showing up again for me at the moment. So, and they'll show up always more around a full moon as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
What cleanse do you do? Is that a Solex one?
No, it's not. I can send you the link for it. It's a company called Modere. Yeah, I can send you the link through. You'd need 2 bottles because one bottle will do 1 month. And so you only need 2 bottles to do a full cleanse. The good thing is there's no harsh side effects or anything like that. Years ago, I went to a really great integrative medical doctor, and my daughter and I both went, and we both got tested, and we both came back with these terrible parasites. And he said to me, he said, honestly, he goes, I don't like using antibiotics, but the parasites you have, we need to hit it with really harsh antibiotics. And I said to him, no, I said, I'm going to try this Paracleanse first. I'll do it for the 2 months. Then I'll come back and get retested. If I've still got them, I'll do whatever you want, but I'm not going to do that straight up. And so I went and did that with both my daughter and I, and she was only quite young at the time. She was only 3 or 4, I think. And by the time I got back to him and was retested, we were both completely clear. So it's awesome. Yeah.
My sister's a naturopath and she recommended something called Wormwood Complex, but I think I'd like to try this one because you've had results with it.
Yeah. And I'll send you the details on it. It's Wormwood's really good, but honestly, Modere is a company, I don't recommend all of their products, but they have some really key products. Like their Paracleanse is brilliant. Their immune health is brilliant. It's an old Chinese emperor's formula. So I have that in my house. I've been literally hitting my daughter and I with that the last 2 days. Their probiotic, I have to say their probiotic is what helped me heal my Crohn's disease when I had Crohn's disease. I've tried so many other probiotics on the market over the years, and this one hands down is the best probiotic I've ever tried. Those 3 products of theirs I recommend to people all the time.
Thank you. It's amazing.
Yeah, pleasure.
You know so much.
Very good info.
Yeah, my pleasure. And look, that's the thing for me is like, even years ago, I used to represent a brand that had a probiotic and I couldn't recommend it because I knew the Modere one was better. I'm all about finding what's best, not, trying to sell people stuff for the sake of it. It's really important that we use what works.
What about, I'm just going to pick your brain because you have a perspective. Is it cholesterol? So my whole family, like genetically, cholesterol is an issue, and we've had Silymarin's good for that. But would you know, or do you have any recommendations on anything?
Yeah, look, I think running frequency for yourself every day, even just on your easy scan, is going to be a good idea. If anyone does have high cholesterol at the moment, the thing with cholesterol is everybody's levels are different naturally. So just because the level is high doesn't mean it's dangerous. So that's where a good integrative medical doctor will be able to tell you the difference between the 2 based on the levels that they are. The other thing that I believe is really good for cholesterol is Chileic garlic.
Okay. Garlic.
Yeah. But I would just run frequency for it daily. And like once you've put the homeopathy in there for your easy scan as well, if you need something for cholesterol, it will come up.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm going to do that now when I get off the call.
Yeah, so cool. I love it. I absolutely love it. And the chelated garlic, you could get it and then put it in your scanner. And then if it comes up, you could take it. It doesn't necessarily mean that you need it, but but you can do that as well.
Okay, but the parasite stuff has come up, and then we have an integrative, not integrative, what is she? A medical intuitive, and then she was telling us as well to do parasite cleanse.
There you go. Yep. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a good idea. I'll send you the link to it. It's just a really good product. I've seen other ones like, actually one of the girls who did the expo with me, she was on something at the time, and the whole weekend her belly was upset, and I'm medically intuitive as well. And so I said to her, I have to share something with you because it's not going away. And she goes, what's that? And I said, the product that you're taking for your parasite stuff is too harsh on your belly. I said, you really need to leave it for a bit and just do a gentle para cleanse. So the minute she stopped taking it, her belly was better.
Do you do consults?
I do.
I might tell my sister who's sitting here because she's having a bit of issues with her health at the moment. So.
Absolutely. Well, the first thing we would do is I would get you to scan her and email me her results, and then I can consult her 100%, no troubles.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
She's got a question for you about the device.
Just
Sure.
one, because I do my dog Teddy, I'm using it like to test on him.
Mhm.
And is it mainly for the dogs, that vital scan? Is that to use that, or any animal? And then just like later, are they looking at adding, like when they get their scan done, the like parasites in the food, allergy, like how when like I do my own scan, I can see that?
Yeah, I think they I think with the animal scans that will grow progressively over a period of time. They already have, like, even the equine scan for us to be able to do a full comprehensive is huge now. But even with the animals, if we go to let me just show you. If we go to, let's say, the Cephi section, actually, let me go back. If I go to vitals and I go to scan target and I look for, let's say, Minnie, and I look at her last scan result, what I can do, so I've got her balancing harmonics there, of course, so I can play that to her daily.
Yeah.
But let's say I find something in here that was really out in her. Let's say like her sacral chakra, for example, that was out in her. There was a little bit of digestive stuff going on. So I could, which I actually did. She was actually suffering a bit the other day. I realized what it was. She was eating the darn cat's food.
Oh.
She'd gone in and it was playing up with her belly. And so I went into the homeopathics and I imprinted her water with the frequency of constipation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, but if I was to say, okay, sacral chakra come up, that kind of flagged to me a bit. So I could go to Cephi and I could go to quantum chakras. And so I can then go to the target, which would be her. I could go to sacral chakra and I can now run that frequency directly to her.
Okay. Yeah.
So there's a lot you can still do by seeing. I think over a period of time, they probably will do more in the food sensitivity side and more in the parasitic side. But for now, that's what I would utilize just from what you see in their scans.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how often would you like do a scan for your pets?
I would probably do it up to twice a week.
Twice a week. Okay.
Yeah, you could do it daily, but I don't feel like they need it. I think if there's something, like if they're anxious or then I would create a playlist for them and run a playlist for them. But the actual vital scan, unless there's something physically going on that you can see, that you want to scan and find out what it is, I would probably do it a couple of times a week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
For us, like humans, the easy scan you said daily?
Easy scan is daily. Vitals, comprehensive, and the full inner voice. You You honestly really don't even need to do that more than once every few weeks to once a month, maybe, because you're doing that easy scan anyway.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right?
Yeah.
The easy scan includes the
All three, right? Or
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a condensed version of all three, and it will only show you what is out of alignment that couldn't realign. So it will all be red. So don't be alarmed when you see that, but it's only showing you that so that then you know what to focus on.
Yeah, okay.
And one thing I learned really not that long ago, considering I've been here for a while, and I love, is the fact that on this little button here, the arrow, you can actually change the fractals. So if you don't like a particular fractal, you can change it to something else. So that was kind of just a cool little, yeah. We should-
for pets or
That's all,
questions.
yeah. With the reports, do you send one particular one to clients or all of them?
With the scans.
Yeah, with all the scans.
Well, it depends on who it is and what they're paying for, to be honest. Recently I've done comprehensive scans that are and I did some of them complimentary. You can see there's a few here that I did complimentary just to show, just to put it out there because it was new. But generally speaking, I would do both.
Okay.
I would do a vitals and a comprehensive because it really gives you a full, clear picture of what's going on.
Yeah, because there's the body systems report as well, and then the inner voice, right? There's different reports.
For the horses, there's only the two. So there's only the vitals and the comprehensive. The body systems report is for humans at the minute.
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, I meant for humans, like there's 4, is there?
Oh,
4?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can do that. I don't do this one all of the time. It depends on what the person's needing. And that's purely because it's a huge report. It's a 27-page report. But it does,
It might be like, geez.
it's massive, but it does give you really good information. So particularly when it comes to recommendations,
Yeah.
increase hydration, So and potential causes too. So that it is a really good report. And particularly if you've got someone who just wants to know, how can I feel better? That's
What
a good
can I
one
do?
because it physically shows them. And I'd look at what the repetitive thing is. Like if it's continually like lower your stress levels, that's what I would focus on. Same with like stay well hydrated.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And then just with the dogs, can they do the comprehensive, like how you showed the horse?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Or it's just horse?
It's just horse.
Yeah, okay. No.
Yeah. It will be coming though, definitely, without a doubt. They're always working on new things, and they actually have they have 2 big events a year. They're called Day of Discovery. One of them is in person and the other one is online. And when they have those events, they always release new exciting things, whether it's an upgrade, something in the scanner, might be a new product, and that's coming up in September, but it's in the US. So that's September, but they do have one coming up in November on the Gold Coast here in Australia where the corporate team are flying out. So that date is the 9th to the 11th of November. So save the date and come for a little vacay to Queensland.
Yeah, cool.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
It will be amazing because you'll get to meet the corporate team, the owner of the company. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch that. It's like the little intro video that we have in Frequency Soul Collective. I'll just show it to you, show you where to find it. Because if you haven't watched this video yet, I really encourage you to, because I actually had this video, he created it specifically for our team. Frequency Soul Collective.com. And you can share this website with anybody as well. Like if they're wanting more information on what we do, I'm about to have it updated as well. It's a little bit outdated. But if you click over to Who Are We? This video was created by Lauren Swenson, the owner and founder of Solex, specifically for us. And it talks here about the Solex story and how Solex came to be. And so that's just a really beautiful video to watch. And it really shares with you the heart of the company and the heart of who he is and why Solex came about in the first place. So if you get the opportunity, definitely check that video out as well.
Yeah, perfect. Well, I'll watch that.
Yeah, it's good. Hey.
My brother was really interested as well in how it came to be and how these scans work, and he was just like really stunned.
I know.
But my younger sister Priya was doing his cat, and my brother's saying they can see a difference. What did they say?
Yeah, they just said he's very energetic and very playful and
then
happy. Oh yeah, really loves the frequency music that gets sent.
I love that. That's so funny. I had my mum come over the other week, and I said to mum, go into my bedroom and have a look on my bed. And our kitten, she's 12 months now, but she's still very small. She's pure jet black. She's just gorgeous. She's laying on the bed and she was out for the count listening to her balancing harmonics. My mum's like, oh my gosh, these cats get looked after better than I do.
My brother said, maybe you can cut how much you're doing Caesar, because he doesn't sleep at night. He wants to play the whole night.
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. You could even run frequency to their bed or anything like that.
So he sleeps.
Oh, so he sleeps. Yeah. He just wants to play all night. So he's become really energetic. And my brother's like, you need to like cut how many sessions you're doing with him.
Tone it down a bit.
Yeah.
I love that. That's cool.
But Teddy, you see a difference in Teddy as well. His like I think I had mentioned to you, like his hip was out and his digestion, but we can actually see him improving.
Oh, I love that. That is brilliant. That's exactly why we do what we do. Honestly, that is awesome.
Yeah, he's much better, and his back leg
Playful like
He's
that.
more playful and stuff as well, like back to the way
Naughty,
really cheeky.
Oh, I love that, because I know when we were talking how much he was kind of struggling. So that is it's exactly why we do what we do, honestly. And the amount of testimonies you get are huge. Over time, they'll just keep coming in, you know.
And we're doing what you told us. So we imprint his food and water and everything. So Priya did his harness.
Good, perfect. Yes, that's amazing. Yep, and that's the thing, just keep doing that stuff. And anyone that you think may be interested, if you want to get on the call tomorrow as well, that's at 9 a.m. By all means, you know, welcome them in. Anytime you need anything, if you need, you know, to have a Zoom call with someone who may be interested that you're not sure how to answer questions, anything like that, always happy to help with that as well.
Perfect, thank you. And what's for Priya, what scan should I send you? And then she can set up a session with you.
Yeah, I would just need all of them. So I need inner voice, vitals, and comprehensive.
Okay, I'll do that. And then she can do a session with you.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I look forward to that.
Yeah, thank you so much. And
Pleasure. My absolute pleasure. Well, I'll love you and leave you all. Thank you so much for jumping on tonight. And any questions, or if you ever need another Zoom, please just shout out. I'm only ever a Zoom or a phone call away. So, but I'm excited for all of you to get started, and anything you need, I'm here to help. So hopefully you can join us tomorrow morning, even just to watch the call and listen in, kind of feel the vibe of it. I'll be doing that with one of my beautiful friends who is a ICU nurse. She was at the expo as well, so she'll be joining me tomorrow on the call. So
all right,
Looking forward
see you
to that.
there.
Thank you.
Awesome. My
Thank
absolute pleasure.